hello, and welcome to the Who Do You Think You Are podcast. Just another day, just another day. Well, here we are in the middle of the apocalypse, what seems like. Depends where you're getting your news, I guess. That's kind of how it's going. As you can see, this is me by myself for my first time. Not me by myself, but me by myself for a podcast, which is pretty strange because it's a little, like you're just basically talking to yourself. First, it started, last week on the podcast. Pedro was already a little hesitant about coming over. Just kind of freaked out, as we all are, and rightfully so. This thing's kind of killing people, and all the misinformation out there. We don't know who to trust, what to take with a grain of salt, and what to actually, be practicing. So he was, practicing social distancing as a way, because we don't know who's carriers and who's carrying it on to who. So I said, that's fine. I was gonna have my sister on. Who's a teacher, so I thought it'd be a little bit interesting. She was on the podcast a long time ago too, a couple times. And then my dad was like, "No, that's not happening. You're not going out." So I was like, "Well, fuck." I could have went to say, "Well, I'm not gonna do it this week. No content needed." But to be honest with you, I don't know how long this whole quarantine thing's gonna last. I don't know how long we're supposed to be social distancing from each other. So kind of bear with me, and I'm going to try to find a way to kind of keep on making this show work so we can keep on making some content. And then, so I guess what I kind of thought, I was like, maybe, try to do some phone calls. I know sometimes on podcasts, it's hard to listen to because of the audio and everything. So I did a little demo run with my sisters 2 seconds ago. I was like, I can get some decent levels on it. We can at least, check in on some people and see how they're doing, see how they're all surviving with all this stuff that's going on right now, man. Me personally, I'm a service worker, so I'm the working class, and the working class there's no rest for the wicked, so to speak. Costco employees, Amazon employees, grocery store employees, they're working harder than ever, and they're more vulnerable than ever. They're dealing with more people than they ever have, and then they're bringing it back to their family, and then you're just like, well, how serious is all of this if you're still allowed to go to these stores? You're allowed to go wait in line at Costco for 2 hours just to get some toilet paper. Aren't you just as bad? You're breaking the quarantine there. So what's going on, man? I don't know. I don't really know. You just got to shout out to a lot of the service workers that are out there, because they're living paycheck to paycheck, and they don't have a choice, man. They gotta keep on clocking in and showing up, even if there's a deadly virus that can wipe them out, because they look at the other side of that. They say, well, where's my out from this? Is there anybody going to help me pay my bills this month, or what am I going to do to support my family? So you don't have that choice. You just have to keep on going and showing up and hoping that they're not going to shut down, because then you're fucked. I mean, there was some talk, I know last week we were saying that maybe the government was going to give everybody some kind of check, $1,000, $1,200, $500 for a kid. And let's see here. I should have the sound off. See, that's already distracting. Phones right now. Are you kidding me? We talk about social distancing. I'm off the next 2 days, and I'm thinking about doing some hard social media distancing, because, man, you keep on just refreshing that feed to just see what's happening, what's new. What's the new chaos? What's the new thing Trump said? What's the new thing Pelosi said? What's the new thing that the stimulus package, is it coming? Is it not coming? And at this point, man, I'm not counting on anybody, but that gets a little bit scary, because then it's like, well, I don't know what to do, man, because, I work in a restaurant, and so now in Maricopa, you can only do takeout, which is killing businesses. It's killing small businesses, man. Like, we're struggling to stay afloat, so we're just trying to stay afloat as long as we can. So I know I almost kind of feel like that too, man. If you want to, if you need to go to get some food from the store, the grocery store or something like that, look at some local restaurants that you used to go to, some local breweries or something, because they're barely getting by the skin of their teeth, man. So get some takeout, freeze some of that, support them. You're less vulnerable to catch something from these places, these small restaurants where there's only a couple people there, than waiting in front of Safeway with 50 people of you don't know where they're coming from, man. So it's scary, man. And I hope everybody's taking the right precautions. I mean, I'm trying not to freak out. I'm trying not to. I'm raised in a pretty anxious family, lots of OCD and everything. So, I usually just try to joke about it and like take light of it, but it's getting harder and harder to do every single day. And the more the body count gets higher, the restrictions from city to city, get tighter and tighter. And you're like, well, fuck, man, it's getting hard to joke about. It's getting hard to know what to take so seriously and not so seriously. And it's getting scary out there, man. So I'm trying to quarantine myself. I'm practicing social distancing the best I can with, besides going to work and whatnot. But social distancing in the sense of, my band or this podcast, and you're saying, well, what's okay? What can I do? Is it 100% of the time you can't deal with anybody? I can't go outside on a walk, but I still got to go to the grocery store, man. I don't know what to do. But let's see. Let's call my sister. Let's see what she's got going on. Let's see. Let's give her a little ring, and then we'll call Pete in a little second. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's a nice sound. Nothing like the dial tone.
Hello.
Hey, that was a very nice hello. It was like you're getting ready to. No,
I
you're
was.
like, yeah, you're like, that wasn't a normal hello. You were like putting on a front. You're like,
My
hi.
headphone on it all the way.
Hi.
Exactly.
Thanks for showing up today, not blowing me off, dude. Cause
yeah, in some way. Yeah, sorry, social distancing.
Now I'm looking like the fucking. I'm going like Stag to the prom right now. You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't know. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, because I was like, well, I could just not do it and just say fuck it, but doing this alone is weird. Like I did a little like 6 minutes by myself and was like, this is strange. Like you're just talking to yourself out loud, It was gonna be
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I guess we all kind of do. Like inner monologue, even if it's not out loud, you're doing it somewhere. But I haven't really talked to you. How have you been doing through all this? You're all locked up. What? You've been out of school for what? 2 weeks now?
Yeah, so technically this is my spring break. So last week was like our first week just out. Now we're on spring break. And then right now we're supposed to have school through April 10th. So that'll be 4 weeks out of the classroom total. So honestly, like last week, I just kind of used it as like, oh, I'm going to relax, like watch TV, like no big deal.
Hell yeah. You watch anything good?
And now it's like, so freaking stir crazy. I eat everything in sight.
Yeah, man, I've been drinking way too much.
Yeah,
but I think everybody's doing something like that. It's like one of my favorite little dumb memes I saw. It's like, I'm going out to buy alcohol for the next 2 weeks for the third time this week.
Right.
So like you stock up and you're like, oh, I don't know, man. It's we're all going a little stir crazy, and we don't know what you can do and can't do, and when you're pushing the limits. Like that's like why you were going to come over today, and we're like, I don't know, man. I'm dealing with the public, and you're actually taking care of yourself. You guys are quarantining yourself in that little apartment.
Yeah, it's cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like I don't know. I'm a person that needs routine, and I need like day-to-day life. Like I thrive off of like getting up every day and going to work. And I think probably what a big problem is what I've really realized this week is my identity is really closely knit to my job.
Yeah.
And without my job, I feel really empty, which sounds awful, but like that's really how I've been kind of feeling. So luckily now I'm gonna get into hopefully teaching digitally. I'm not really sure what that's like, but
take up a hobby, man. You know what I mean? Start sewing. Start sewing or something.
Yeah.
Take a bath. Take baths.
That's distracting a little bit. Yeah.
What's that?
Grad school is definitely helping, and the new Animal Crossing for sure will engage me.
How is it? How's the new Animal Crossing?
I haven't played it yet. I haven't played it tonight. I haven't played it yet.
It's just sitting there waiting?
I know, it's been waiting for me. It's been staring at me like, what are you doing? Damn. You're not doing anything else.
Yeah. So eating is how you're passing the time. Watch anything good? What, Fox News?
No, it's so bad. That's the problem, is there's been so much news. It's from early in the morning to the evening.
It's hard to get away from. Like, I mean, me, like I take light about things. I'm a conspiracy theorist in some ways, and I try to say like mainstream media get away, but at some point, man, it's like it's so engraved into us. Like I'm a victim of it too. It's just like I'm just consumed by it, and I can't get away. I'm trying to propose like social distancing and like social media distancing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
that's the problem. I've been on my phone page, so that's definitely. And it's like almost like a game, like finding out how many people have like corona, like in the morning. Like, what's the count? Like, how many people have it? Like, it's morbid. It's really, really weird.
Do you know anybody that has it?
No. I know people that have had like symptoms of it and have like self-quarantined, but I don't know anybody who actually is like tested positive for it.
Do you know somebody that's taken the test?
No.
I mean, that's the problem is we don't. I mean, I almost kind of feel like I might have had it a couple months ago or a month ago or whatever it was. Like, you know what I mean? It just you don't really know without the test, and a lot of people do recover, and these are the numbers that aren't in the news. It's the amount of people that are recovering, and just. Man, the misinformation, I think it makes it really difficult too, where you see like so much fake news, and that's not only from like the Fox News part, it's from the liberal media, and it's just from everybody. And I feel like the government's really failing us as a country. You look at, what was it, India today that closed down for 3 weeks. You look at other places that are quarantining. You look at other states. You look at Arizona. Ducey's saying, no, man, we should have stayed open.
Well, and then like Trump today, like is pretty much talking about like, well, we don't take the flu as seriously. He said something about like car accidents, how we don't take car accidents seriously. We don't get people off the road because we have a lot of like automobile accidents.
Yeah.
And so I think that's now the thing is living in a really like conservative state who is clearly worried about the economy. I'm worried that they're going to push us back into work or into other places or not social distance as much just because they're starting to really worry about the economy.
But I think
we're ready for that.
For sure, but I also think about like the working class right now hasn't gotten a break at all, Mm-hmm. And you think about the people that are working at Costco and all these people that are lining up there for 3 hours. They're just as susceptible. If they were quarantined for 2 weeks or whatever, dude, you're still going to get that toilet paper, some bottled water. Like, you're dealing with the same clerk that's been working for 48 fucking hours. So you're like,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's a class issue, too, for sure. Because you see like, the types of people who are still having to work in fast food restaurants. I mean, the fact that even certain restaurants are still open is kind of blowing to me. Like, we got takeout today. And we were like, we're going to go to like a local restaurant because those are the guys that aren't going to make it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier when I opened this podcast up. I was like, try to support those local companies because, I feel like you're less vulnerable to catch something there than if you're going to Safeway and dealing with a lot of these people, support the small businesses that I feel like just aren't going to make it if this shit keeps on going, No,
they're screwed.
But then if we do open up by Easter, like Trump said today, he's like, oh, we got to open up, get the economy back. I mean... Then we could just be looking at a body count that's just ridiculously high. And then it's going to be one of those things that's just part of our culture of people dying from this thing, Which, I don't know. Maybe, that's my hopeful side being like, yeah, maybe he is right. Maybe we are freaking out. Like, 20 to 60,000 people die from the flu every year. Maybe this is just another form of that. And we're just, for whatever reason, media is blowing it up and all the governors are virtue signaling, like saying this is serious. No, this is more serious. We got to do this. They got to do this. But at the end of the day, it's like Italy's grocery stores never closed. So I don't know what can you really do,
Part of me that kind of wish, because I'm craving normalcy so badly, I kind of would be like, yeah, let's just go back to work. Like, no big deal.
Yeah.
but then it's like I work with kids who are incredibly germy, and
hella germy.
I work with a lot of elderly teachers, that I worry about too.
Yeah.
I don't know. So the whole thing is just.
It's a terrible time to be a hypochondriac. I'll tell you that.
Well, and I'm a huge hypochondriac.
That we all are. We were born with OCD from our beautiful father.
Yeah.
Like lately too. I think it was like a couple days ago. My eye just started hurting, and I was like, oh fuck, here it goes.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what it. I think I like sunburnt it because I was running. I've been trying to run a lot more since all the gyms are closed, and I haven't been running with sunglasses or like a hat, So I think I like sunburnt my eye.
You can do that, yeah.
And it feels
terrible. You have lighter eyes. Yeah, you have lighter eyes too. They're more
I have beautiful
susceptible.
eyes.
You do have beautiful eyes. I had like a little tickle in my throat the other night. I'm like, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. I'm going down. Like,
I guess I'm Catholic again. Man of Father, Son, Holy Spirit. God.
And the problem. It's weird because like I'm worried about getting it, even though realistically I would most likely recover from it. But I do worry about
it's like 98%. Yeah. Right.
It's living with mom and dad that worries me a little bit, and I do think the media is to blame for a lot of it, but I have friends. They've been talking to me, and they're like, America's not taking this seriously enough. Like, this is really bad. Like, we've been in quarantine for almost like a month and a half now.
Has it been that long?
Like, yeah.
So
I have a friend in Switzerland since, I think, early February.
Yeah.
So, and she is still not planning to go home until early May.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Home is Italy. Yeah. And I kind of feel like an asshole today. I'm wearing my Ciao t-shirt. This is Ciao on it. I'm like,
yeah, dude, I don't.
For what's happening in Italy, but
I know it's funny how like bad you just crave normalcy though in the way like, but it's not only normalcy of like routine, like how much. It's just that thing like you never appreciate the good old days until they're in their past, and then they're become the good old days, And it's like something you can never like. I try so hard with like meditating and trying to stay present, and no matter how present you stay, you never. It's so hard to fully appreciate how good everything is. Just like hugging your friends even at this point.
Oh my God, I know.
Just going out to dinner with the family, like I miss it all so much, and it just.
I know. Well, I'm like, we still are really blessed. Like, I know, like, obviously your job situation is a little bit different than mine, but even in the sense of, like, we have food, we have a roof over our head, like, but that's been kind of my hardest thing with, like, being away from, like, my students and stuff, because, like, although I work in a relatively, like, well-off, like, socioeconomic they're pretty wealthy or they live pretty comfortable lives, like, I worry about my students who, like, their safe space is school. Like, for some kids, it's totally the opposite. Home is their safe space, but a lot of kids, like, that's their escape. They're, like, away from home. Like,
for sure.
Maybe they have, like, an outlet, like, whether it's, like, the arts or a sport. And now, I mean, you're dealing with adolescence.
Right.
And then being trapped at home. And now we're going to try to force you to do some digital platform learning, like, throughout this, like, I mean,
what are they doing right now to pass the time? Talking? TikToking?
Yeah, right? What are they doing?
What are they doing? I mean, I haven't seen any Tide Pod videos. Is there any dumb, like, come on, you're younger than me. What are the kids doing right now?
TikTok? I don't know. Probably TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
TikTok,
cool.
yeah.
Do you have a TikTok?
I don't, but, like, my students will, like, I have TAs who are, like, older students who I had, years past, and they'll always be like, Miss Chento, you need to watch this TikTok.
Hell yeah.
There's a bunch of, like, teacher TikToks where they, like, make fun of teachers and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a really funny English teacher one. I'll show it to you. But yeah, it's like, I don't know what they're doing. I feel bad for them. Like, we give this generation a lot of crap, but they've had a pretty shitty hand dealt to them.
Why do you say that?
Well, just in general, like, I think about, like, my seniors who are graduating from high school. Most of them were born right around or right after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were brought up in a digital world.
Yeah.
They've seen extreme amounts of violence. They have one of the highest suicide rates. More of them have anxiety or depression than they don't. And now we're going to shove them into an online digital learning platform with not a lot of guidance or support
Not saying
during
not
a
to
crisis.
not to say like not to be like not to get into a conspiracy. Like I haven't heard this anywhere, but just think about it this way. Like if this was some kind of like simulation or something like that, wouldn't that be the first thing to like keep everybody at home quarantined? Now you can only work from, go to school through your computer, or you can only work for Amazon, one of the biggest companies. You can only work for the companies that thrive, the 5 that are left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does kind of seem like if that was a scenario of like some doomsday thing of like new world order, let's reset the currency, one government. But like that would totally be it, right? It'd be like
Right.
dumbing everything down, plugging us in to like this is where like virtual reality would start getting really crazy, because then you throw on these goggles and then you're all of a sudden in a different world. So you don't leave like, your little rat hole of a house that you have at that point. You just become so content
Right.
of trying to like escape in this weird robotic way, which I think we're kind of heading towards regardless,
Well, that's like Ready Player One type stuff.
100%.
Well, we talk all the time about, intelligence taking over like many jobs, and me and my friend actually were just on the phone about an hour ago. We were talking about how we don't actually want to do a good job digital teaching, because we don't want it to be
lose that touch
thought. We just don't want it to be thought that like, oh, you know what, let's just make all public education digital. Like,
then you have bigger classes. Then you're teaching 120 little third graders, you're teaching 1,000 sixth graders. Because then you can keep on
teacher shortage.
Right. Yeah. Already. Yeah, right. I know like early, like I am grateful. I mean, because you said like, we're in different scenarios. I'm so grateful I do have a job even at this point though, because I mean, I talk to these produce companies and stuff, like chemical companies. Oh, we laid off half the staff. We cut half the hours. Now we're getting paid half the money, So like we're barely hanging on right now, but I'm good for this month, so that's something.
Right.
I'm trying not to live too far ahead, because every fucking 2 hours or something new happening. So
it's different.
Yeah, so I'm trying not to get too in my head, but it's hard not to like future trip over what might be coming. If we're looking at Italy and we're thinking that we are maybe the epicenter to this pandemic, we're fucked.
Yeah.
We're fucked. I mean, and I'm scared. I don't see me ever really returning to the normal apartment solo living that I've been in for so long, or playing with my band and all this kind of stuff. I don't know what's going to happen. It's scary.
Right.
It's scary and it's sad, because my hobbies are the things that I live for. So
right, and that's like I think Mom and I were talking about this yesterday. It's like there's nothing to like look forward to.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea like so I mean for me it's like I've been really trying to focus on what I can control.
Like what?
So
what you can put in your mouth?
Yeah, exactly. Which I've been very good about today because I was not doing well.
What do you eat? I'm ordering so much pizza. It's terrible.
Yeah, we actually haven't done that. I did just ask if we could do that soon because I miss Grimaldi's. But
well, I'm not talking Grimaldi's. Jeez, Louise, fuck. I thought you were a teacher. God damn.
I know. Champagne tastes on a beer budget. What did we have? This morning I had cereal.
Okay.
And for lunch we ordered Raven takeout.
Nice.
And Fern and I split a chicken club sandwich.
Oh, hell yeah. How's he doing with all this? Is he freaked out?
It's a little bit different because he's a contracted worker. So in terms of like his pocketbook, I think he's a little bit worried.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the same. He's an extrovert. He's a busybody. He works 2 jobs, and right now he's not working any. So, he's worked out every single day, which is really good. We've been home for, I think this is day 10, or 11 even. But he's worked out every day. We went on a lot of hikes and things like that.
But now you can't hike anymore either, right?
No, but he's even more stir crazy than I am though, because he's like someone who likes to just like sit and watch movies and stuff like that. Whereas like enjoy that probably a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So like we'll watch a movie and like an hour into he's like, I'm bored. Like he just does not have attention span for that. To
his credit though, you watch terrible shit. So
no, we watched some good movies this week.
Yeah, like what? What did you watch that was good? What's the best thing you watched when you've been quarantined up?
Well, we watch a lot of old movies because Fernando hasn't seen a lot of stuff. So, like,
Okay.
we watched, like, Goodfellas last week.
Never seen it.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
A lot of Clint. We watched The Mule. We watched Clint Eastwood, The Mule. We watched Trouble with It.
A little boring. The Mule is a little boring. You're kind of just watching an old man slowly die in front of you.
Though.
It's like watching a candle melt, kind of. You know what I mean? Clint Eastwood really has that candle face melt going on.
I like it.
No, I know that I don't like it. It just, I don't know. He's a little racist for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's Clint.
racist.
You just do it for long enough. You just be racist for long enough, like Clint. That you just have people just saying, "Oh, that's just Clint."
That's just who he is.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I like him speaking Spanish in the movie. It was totally gringoed up, you know, but it worked. If Fernando liked it, I can like it because
if he likes it, I still want to see his. What was his movie with the bomber dude? He just directed it though.
Too.
I think I'm gonna.
Jewell.
Yeah, I think we're gonna watch that tomorrow or something. See what Richard Jewell got up into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really liked it, and I don't know if you'll like it.
Oh, really? Why?
Because Clint Eastwood films are not super suspenseful or...
Yeah.
I don't know. Kathy Bates is phenomenal.
Well, he's old, man. I mean, he sometimes he'll fart and he'll just shoot his pistol. You know what I mean? He's like, who said that? You know what I mean?
He's not in this one, though. He just directed it.
I know, but he was directing, and you know, you get a personal assistant drop some coffee or something around the corner. Man, he just, you know, he shouldn't be open carrying at some certain age. I feel like
he's probably wearing Depends on the director's chair set.
That's a good call, actually. That's a good call.
He's not. He's gonna be 90.
Really?
Yeah, he's gonna be 90 this May, I think.
Man, I hope he's quarantining himself then, because he's prime thick and damn.
Well, that's something to be said, though. A lot of people, I read a BuzzFeed article a few days ago about people kind of bitching about the amount of celebrities that have taken the corona test, right?
Yeah, somebody complained about all these. Trump saying, like, the basketball, like, stop giving it to the basketball players. Like, you know, all the basketball players are getting tested for whatever reason. Like, test people with the symptoms.
Well, Trump took one, too.
Yeah, but he also met with somebody that had it, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Just shook his hand or something.
Yeah, I hate him anyway.
Yeah, I know. Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
If I get that $1,200, I know it didn't pass, but I think they're re-bringing it to the Senate or whatever, however that works. If I get that $1,200 in my pocket,
yeah,
I don't know. I might look at the guy a little bit differently.
I might too. I'd be like, all right, okay, Donnie.
I'm into it. I like money.
Yeah, seriously, that would help so. It would help so much.
It really would. And
yeah.
You should think. I mean, though, like, because I'm an Andrew Yang person, I really liked him. I thought he had some really good ideas. He was a little out.
Dude,
I'm not trying to jump into politics too much.
No, but
I really liked him and the $1,000 a month thing or whatever for being a citizen. Like, that was his idea of, like, you know, influencing the economy in a positive way. So I just was joking about that the other day. But obviously, this is a pandemic. That's why we're getting this $1,200. But
well, dude, and Yang. Well, when Yang backed out too, he backed Biden, which was kind of strange. And where has Biden been? A lot of people were like, "Where's Biden?" He won so many districts, like that. Basically, he won the primary. And that motherfucker is hiding, dude. Like,
yeah, he's been like out and about, or like not out and about at all.
Like, do you know the like the pedophile ring conspiracy behind all this right now?
About Joe Biden?
About basically they're blowing up the virus so they can mass arrest a bunch of people, and a lot of the celebrities were under the gun, basically, and the Vatican was under the gun, political people. So they're making this be the mainstream media thing of just like talking about this virus so then they can like make all these arrests and all these people that Harvey basically sold out to get his sentence cut in half. So like, yeah, so like people like Biden, a lot of people like that were on that list of people that, you know, went to Epstein Island or whatever. So that's a theory that's circulating. Oprah, I guess, just got caught with like a bunch of like tunnels in her basement that they were trying to like fill really quick. It's really weird shit.
Is that all conspiracy? That's not true, though, right?
Well, who knows? I mean, a lot. I wouldn't put it past Biden for being a fucking sexual predator. Are you kidding me? That guy's a creep, dude. He'll give your kid $1,000 so he can lick his ear.
No, he is.
I'll give it.
I hate that guy.
Dude, yeah, he's got so much plastic surgery. He looks crazy. It's crazy to think like, yeah. But yeah, where did he go? He just
That's
killed it.
weird.
He just killed it. He just basically knocked Bernie out of the game, and now he's just like hiding somewhere as all this is happening. And you're like, huh? Yeah, what's going on?
That's an interesting conspiracy theory. I actually kind of like that idea about, because that Epstein stuff, that stuff all still kind of haunts me. Well, that's the crazy thing
He's
about
alive,
Corona
man.
is like everything that has been, like, we don't see anything else on the news except that.
Yeah, I'm so tired of it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
like everything in our media is like that, though.
Yeah.
Like, one thing happens. Obviously, this is a huge. I mean, we're in a pandemic. Obviously, it's huge. But it's been the only focus. Like, we're a primary election. We're in election year right now. Like, we're not seeing anything about that. We're not seeing anything on local news, really.
No.
Like what's happening with crime. Like, if you get a lot of people out of their jobs.
Dude, you know about the crime shit that's going on right now? Like in Philadelphia and a lot of these like lower income cities. The cops aren't arresting people because they're afraid of spreading it. So like domestic violence and stuff is like skyrocketing because they don't respond to these calls. So like but think about it, like people are dealing drugs, like, you know, think about Chicago, like Southside Chicago or something like that. They're like, we're not going to go down there and maybe get infested or spread this or arrest this guy and then bring him to jail for him to spread it to all the inmates.
Oh my gosh.
So there's so much.
Well, that's what I kind of thought.
Yeah.
I figured that would happen. I haven't read up on it, but I figured something with crime would it would have to increase because in general, too, when people lose their jobs for unprecedented reasons, like most of the time they will act out negatively.
Yeah, true.
And well, then New York today, I can't remember how many, but there was a bunch of police officers and firefighters who called off, who didn't go into work today.
Oh, playing hooky, dog.
Large portion.
And why? They just called out? They're just like, nah.
No, they're sick, but I don't know if they have corona, but they're feeling symptomatic, which you're supposed to not go to work. But it's like, that's not good either if the people that are supposed to protect.
Right.
You know.
That's what's crazy.
Are also being impacted.
I feel like there's a lot of, I think there's this, I'm not sure, somewhere in China, and it was, you know, written in, I don't know what you call their written language, but it said like, things will never return to normal, but that's good because we should never go back to how it was in a way, which in a sense, like, I feel like that's going to happen because like, we're really being shown that, you know, we pay our taxes, we're paying for the government, these people to protect us, to help us out through hard times. You know, Canada is saying no to mortgage and car payments and certain bills. And America, supposedly the greatest country in the world, hasn't fucking done one single thing yet. So it's like, who's helping us? We're paying our taxes for what? To protect these people? And they're not doing anything for us? And all of a sudden, you know, police officers are, you know, not making arrests or not showing up to work because they're afraid, you know, there's certain... Like, I know certain medical people that are getting in trouble for the same thing because they don't want to get like, I mean, I understand the risk, but when you're signing up for the job, if you're going into the military or something, this is what it is. But I've never wanted a gun more than now in my whole life, to be honest with you.
Really?
Never. Yeah, like I really want one. The other night I heard this, I was sleeping with my door open. I heard this huge bang downstairs and I just, you know, you guys just got me some supplies in the house. I was like kind of hoarded up a little bit, not really, but just in a sense of like somebody could really just like I'm defenseless, you know. So I don't know, and then worst comes to worst, I could just kill myself. You know what I mean? So
that worries me with your gun.
Yeah, that me too. That's why I don't have one. But during these kind of times, you're kind of like you do see the importance of that in a way to protect yourself. I don't know.
We go back to our like instincts as humans, which are like to just get basic, you know, like the basic requirements to live or the basic things that we need to live.
Yeah.
And so if we feel like all of our defenses are down and we feel like we don't have anything to protect ourselves, I can understand the want for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think going back to it all about the, you know,
sorry. You know what I just thought of? You know what I just thought of is Bert Kreischer's last special, and he'd like drink whiskey and like take his gun around, and then his dog scared him, so he like shot at, and the dog's like, the dog looked at me, he's like, you would have fucking just killed me.
Yeah. The best is he uses it as the flashlight. I mean, that special, I loved it.
I know. I'm excited to watch Tom Segura's.
I
Yeah.
know. When does that come out today?
Tonight, yeah. I think we'll watch it probably right after this.
So at least going for us. Yeah, the Bert Kreischer one, I find him absolutely hysterical. Everything about it was funny.
Yeah, he's good, man. Well, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I don't remember, honestly. I lost my train of thought a while back.
sometimes those trains, they leave the station and they never come back, man. But I'm gonna call. We actually did this a little longer than I thought. It was good talking to you. Maybe I know a lot of people say with this social distancing, like FaceTiming and calling people is really important. I hate talking on the phone, but I also don't know how long this shit's gonna go on for. So this might be a regular part of the show, and I would, I'd love to keep on chatting with you.
Would not be opposed. Yeah, no, yeah. I talked to 2 people on the phone today, and actually did help. At first, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It did help. So, I'm definitely feeling that. So thanks for calling me, and some way or another we could at least talk.
I love you. Send the best to the family. Give them all big kisses for me. Make sure you really kiss Dad. Give him a really good wet one.
I might lick him.
Yeah. Give him a wet willy. Just see what do you think would happen if you gave Dad a wet willy?
He'd probably jump in the shower and spray me with Lysol.
He'd buy a bidet just to put his ear up to it.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, Chenti. All right. Well, I love you too.
Love you. All right. Take it easy.
All right, you too.
Bye. Well, there you have it, folks. That's my sister, man. I haven't talked to her for a little bit. Let's see if we can get Pedro on the phone here. See what he's doing. Man, crazy world. I feel like he's not gonna pick up. You know that guy, dude. You can't trust him at all. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, I don't feel good about this. Come on. It's like calling your crush, and you hope they pick up, practicing the things over and over in your head, but it just doesn't work. But we'll leave a nice message. Yeah, dude, it's not happening.
Please leave your message.
Oh, what a freaking skank, man. These are the friends that we know. These times of needs, this time of need, when you call people because you need people, this is really when it shows their true colors. It shows who your true friends are and who your family is. And sometimes blood doesn't necessarily mean they're your family. Sometimes friends and connections can actually be your family. You can be closer than them, but when you call them these times of need and they don't pick up, that's when you learn that they don't care about you. You do this podcast with them. I think it was 88 episodes or something like that. I never did a solo one before, man. Never did this by myself. But here I am, just with my dick in my hand, looking like an idiot, going stag to prom. Man, going stag. That takes a lot of courage, going to a dance alone. I don't think I could do that. I just started getting the courage to go to the movies and stuff by myself. But now I can't even do that. So now I'm just drinking alone in my apartment with my dog, hoping to stay safe and trying to stay sane through all this. Appreciate you guys for listening. I'm going to keep on putting out an episode at least once a week. I don't know what Pedro's going to be doing, if he's going to be showing up or not. I'll try to get this phone kind of connection and the sound of it maybe a little bit better, so that way it doesn't sound so terrible and nauseating. Because I know there's a couple of podcasts I do it with that they do those phone calls and it's hard to listen to. You're just like, oh man, what are you are you talking through AOL Instant Messenger through dial-up? Because it sounds like so I really hope when I edit it, it doesn't sound like that exactly, but it might. And just bear with me because it is the first time for everything, and we gotta, in these times, you kind of have to learn how to maneuver differently through the things that you do. You have to create a new routine in some way to stay sane. Jen was talking a lot about trying to find a routine, going to school, teaching kids, finding love and passion in that. But when that's not available to you, it's, kind of like the Buddhist thing of craving is the ultimate enemy. Don't crave something that's not possible. Don't crave for things to get better. Don't crave for the past. Just know that this is the moment, and this is all it is, man. So appreciate the people that are around you right now. Appreciate the toilet paper you do have in your bathroom. Appreciate that some places are still open right now. Appreciate that there's not martial law, because tomorrow you don't know. You really fucking don't know. And with how things are going, it's like no shit, man. You don't know. So thanks again for listening. Stay safe out there. Amor y Paz. Fucking love you guys. All right, well.
Hello?
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Well, look who we got on the phone. You know, I called you, and I was telling our listeners, this is the time where you really realize who your true friends are and the people that care about you. When you call them, they pick up.
Yeah?
You know what I mean? Because everybody's quarantined right now. You have
Dude, everybody's like, I don't want to talk to this fool, you know?
Well, you're the only person that didn't pick up. I called 4 other people, and we had beautiful,
whatever,
we had
dude.
beautiful
Hey, look,
conversations.
I'm taking a nice little stroll on the park.
We had some of the most beautiful conversations, the best conversations
Yeah?
that you could even
Who'd
say.
you talk to?
It's not.
Who'd you talk to?
It doesn't matter, dude.
Fucking tell me, dude. You didn't even talk to anybody. I guarantee you.
I talked to my sister, dude. Okay, that's something.
How's your sister doing?
She's good, man.
She came down with that Corona, huh?
Dude, she's got it. Corona Light.
Damn, that's crazy, dog.
You got that Corona Extra, though, so don't even be joking, dog.
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I don't even drink that shit no more.
I never drink. Did you ever drink Corona?
You know, back in my early drinking years.
Yeah.
And then, but I would kill like half a bag of limes too,
They're like,
you know.
hey,
So then I was like,
Pedro, hey, ese, you want a Corona?
Yeah, am I just eating limes here? What the fuck am I doing? You know?
Yeah,
Like,
I know what you mean.
There's like 3 limes per beer, dude. I didn't know when to stop. You know, it was getting out of hand.
You started getting scurvy. What's the opposite of scurvy?
Yeah, yeah. So what's up, man? How are you? How are you dealing with all this? How you self-quarantine, man?
Well,
you know what the trick is, dude? You know what the trick is?
Masturbating.
No. Come on, dude. Fucking grow up, dude. But you leave.
You don't masturbate?
No, not anymore. Not since I was like 3 hours ago.
Oh,
but,
cool, dude.
What you do is you leave a little soap on your hands.
Yeah.
Bro,
Okay.
know? And then you just go around and you're a little protected there. It's almost like wearing a glove. Wearing that condom. You know.
You call them the slippery saloon or something. You know,
Yeah,
the slippery salami.
Slippery salute is what it is, baby.
Yeah, this is the time. This is the time to really fuck with the people. You go to Safeway or something like that, and like when you give them your cash or something, you really like have something weird on your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have something weird, or just make sure your money's wet.
You know what I mean? It's like, where are the impractical jokers right now, dude? This is when you need the impractical jokers, dude.
Well, dude, everybody canceled their shows. Everybody's done.
Yeah, but just go to the grocery store, like, do some fake vomit, around the apples or something.
Dude, that was so 90s, though. people got sick of that.
I know, but nobody's expecting it in a pandemic, dude.
I know, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Maybe we should bring that back.
Like, maybe we should, like, have one of those, like, toilet paper, like, one last roll of toilet paper or something like that. Maybe glue it down or something like that.
Right,
Maybe
right.
steal people's shopping carts. There's all kinds of shit you can get into right now if you're just protected.
Yeah, dude. There's plenty of things. There's little mischievous little things you can do around town, especially because a lot of people have their guard down right now.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah.
They're all worried about this Corona coming around.
I know.
When they don't even know they don't even realize they already had it.
I think that's the thing that's coming to light, man, because you saw the thing about the administration knew about it really around January.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And
These
then
fuckers,
and then he's like, man, it's fine. And then a couple months later, we're like, oh, shit. So so it might have actually kind of already happened, like you said, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
What did we used to talk about before this coronavirus thing?
I don't know.
What was our podcast about before this?
I know we talked about, like, piercing our genitals at one point.
Dude, we were fucking idiots.
I know, dude. Now look at us. Look at us now, dude.
So much more advanced, progressive. We're out there doing the Lord's work, trying to warn people about, keep a little soap on your hands,
We're trying to keep.
Maybe that's how you. And you know what? You just treat everybody like they had Corona, bro.
Dude, I already do that.
Yeah, a lot of people mispronouncing that shit, bro. It's Corona. I know that shit.
Corona number 5, dude.
Yeah.
A little bit of Corona all night long. A little bit
of
yeah.
In your bong, like it's just.
I'm running out of TP all night long.
Yeah, it's good, dude. It's good for you. Get a little sick every once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Eat a little.
Build that immunity.
Maybe you should be licking your fingers more often. Is the problem licking?
Dude, that. Toes, I know Toes carry it. They're big advocates for Corona. Toes carry that shit.
Dude, have you seen any?
You know?
Have you seen any like the viral videos of like? There was one I saw these like kids like sucking on a lollipop, and then like they'd pass it to the person behind them, pass it to the person behind them. There's like this chick on an airplane licking the toilet seat.
Disgusting, dude.
I know. I'm just like, what are you doing?
People are gross.
Like I don't know if that you're really gonna get Corona from that or not. But you're gonna get something. You're gonna get hepatitis C or something. Like, joke's on you. Yeah, you didn't get Corona. You're right. You got hepatitis C.
You got that HIV. You know what I'm
You got
saying?
that Pam Anderson, bro.
Ooh,
Without the
before
titties.
Tommy Lee.
Without those hitters up front. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you
without
doing?
Without the milk dairy nozzles right there, boy.
Yeah, that's what we need now. Milk dairy. You're lucky. You got a fresh tap whenever you want, dude.
Oh, bro, that shit's on draft. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
Just
dude.
get body temp.
You
know
got
what I mean, boy?
You got a brewery up in that shit, dude.
Oh, bro, it's a distillery. Okay, don't mix it up, boy.
Damn, dude.
This is fine gold product we're dealing with here.
You chewing on straw and shit. It's like, all right.
You know what you do now is you freeze the titty milk.
Oh yeah.
And then they're just creamsicles, doggy. You know.
That's really smart, dude. Maybe a little Hershey's chocolate around it too, or something like that.
Yeah, maybe dip it or something. You know.
Dude, you could sell those, dude.
You know, we're working on a product right now. Production level, I don't know if we're gonna maintain. You know, we're pumping out now. The numbers we're pumping up now. You know, but it's a.
Have you played? Have you played with like diet to see like maybe that would change the flavor a little bit? You know, like for like coconut milk or something like that.
Yeah, you know, we used it as creamer. You know, instead of whole.
Yeah, pancake batter. Make some buttermilk pancakes, dude.
See, we had some protein pancakes. We had some protein pancakes with a little bit of breast milk, you know.
Hell yeah.
Up that protein, boy.
They don't sell those at Denny's, dude. No.
You can't get that shit.
They can't get it, dude.
But, just treat everybody like they got Corona already, bro.
That's a good advice, I really feel like.
Hold your breath when you pass people. People be acting sketch, you know what I'm saying? Dude, people be acting shifty now.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like,
some people don't even show up to some people don't show up to their own podcast.
I know. Like in zombie movies, when they're trying to hide the fact that they got bitten.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's doing right now, doggy. They're trying to hide the fact that they already got Corona.
Dude, that's
over here suppressing their cops and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Tom Hanks ain't pretending though. He's being the honest guy. He's like, dude, I got bit.
Oh yeah. No, he's doing good, man. What do you think's happening, bro? What the fuck's going on right now?
I have no idea,
you
man.
see martial law coming into play? Like, where are we going, dude?
Well, then Daddy Trump today is like, dude, we can be up and running by Easter. And we're like, dude, I know Jesus did that.
The best Easter.
Yeah. He's like, this is Lent, baby. He's like, this is more than just meat on Fridays.
You're giving up freedom for 40 days. We're trying communism out for a little bit, boys.
To be honest with you, dude, now like that Jesus was behind that rock for so long, I'm like, dude, I get it, man. Like he didn't have he didn't have Wi-Fi out there or Facebook, so it's like I don't know what he did.
You know, not even in a hi-fi or anything. You know.
I know that sucks. So I mean, I don't blame him now. I feel like I've converted. So.
What are you thinking, bro? Like, do you think Trump's leading this revolution to free us all from the cabal?
See, there's
like you just see all these big names dropping, baby. You also see all these big celebs. What did I tell you last week? I was like, yo, you're gonna see an increase in a spike in celebrity cases.
Yeah, who were the increases? I didn't see anybody.
These motherfuckers, and you see all those videos these people are posting. You see David Spade. You see fucking Ellen. You see all these videos people are posting. They look like shit, bro. You know why? Because they ain't getting that adrenochrome, bro.
Well, first of all, dude, if I was going to guess anybody had Corona, it'd be Ellen and David Spade, okay?
Dude, both of those. They're like the patient zero, bro.
Oh, dude, 000 more like, dude. They had that shit since day one.
That's right. You're right.
They had it before China, dude.
And then in the video of David Spade, behind him, it said #live from the bunker. Bro, what the fuck is that shit?
Selling stuff, trying to sell merch or something, you know what I mean?
Ellen be wearing this sweater with like the pedo logo on it. Like,
I did see that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about it.
It's fucking weird, man. It's weird times we're living in.
And where's Biden?
Yo, Biden doesn't even know where he's at. But nobody told him he won 3 states.
That's so true. That's a good point, dude. It's simpler than that. That fuck, man. That's true. He won all those things. Like, I'm pooped.
Well, what it is everybody's protecting Biden, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Biden, I guess, was the one that said something stupid on camera.
That's right. Yeah, what did he say? What did
touching some little babies or some shit like that? I told you this about a month ago. I was like, Biden is that reptilian that the reptilians are like, this guy's gonna fucking ruin it for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna,
yeah.
and it's gonna be Biden, bro.
He's the premature reptilian.
Yeah, premature ejac reptilian. You know what I'm saying?
He's got the skin of a reptilian, man. You're not wrong there.
He does that pre-jack, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know about like all the pedo stuff's crazy, and then there's the part of Donald Trump being like, "Oh, you guys, go back to work." The hopeful part about that is like maybe he is the guy that's going against the grain of all. A lot of conspiracy theorists like Donald Trump because he's like, I don't buy into this bullshit. And I hope maybe he is right, man. Maybe that's why they're fighting so much against him.
It takes it back to those books, bro. It takes it back to The Last President, or what was that book? The Last President, or like that Donald Trump's a time traveler,
The Lake House. The Lake House you were thinking of.
I don't know what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, the Lake House.
I don't even know what I'm saying, dude. But and they're saying that JFK Jr. Not Robert. JFK Jr. is still alive, man, and he's one of like a big Trump pusher, man.
And I heard.
Dude, all of a sudden, you know what? I got these videos that I went down the rabbit hole the other day. And it was hella interesting. And I'll send that over to you, man. It's pretty wild stuff. But it's that optimistic perspective. It's that if we do get something good I don't know what's going down. It's either we're gonna come up, power to the people, or it's gonna be like they're all going retreating to their bunkers, and we're gonna be out here left to die, bro. But something's gonna change, and something's coming. You can't say that ain't happening,
Yeah, I'm trying not to worry too much about it, man. I'm doing the best I can, just taking it by the day because the news
bro, I'm
changes.
not even paying bills right now, so
you're not. Damn,
no, bro,
dude. Typical guy from south of the border, man. Not to get into race at the end of the podcast, but
why do you take a racial, bro? Why do you take a racial?
Because you're not paying your bills, man.
I'm not even from south of the border, you dickwad.
Where are you from? North of the border? Doesn't even make any sense, dude. Yes, you can't even pronounce Corona.
Northern California, bro.
Well, that's basically Mexico, if we're gonna be honest.
Northern California is basically Mexico. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, well, we're all one, I thought. So if we're all one melting pot, man, don't yell at me like that, dude.
Okay, just keep washing your hands, dude. All right.
That's all we can do, man. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. But I miss you.
Well, I missed you, man. I missed you today.
It was good. It's good talking to you, though. It was good.
Yeah, for sure.
Get a good laugh.
Get a good little crack at jokes here and there.
Yeah. So I don't know
I'm just over here in a beautiful park, man, on this beautiful pine.
Nice. Well, be careful out there, man. People are coughing up their lungs and licking grass, dude.
Bro, isn't that hilarious how funny you look at people after they cough?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I stare at them. I give them an evil eye.
I was literally walking around the park right now, and this girl on a bike is like I was probably 20 feet away. I'm not joking you.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Excuse me, sir," like 20 feet away. She's like, "Do you mind staying 6 feet away from me, please?"
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn.
dude, I swear to God. And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I went around. I gave her 17 feet, bro.
Damn, that's crazy, dude.
You're
fucking sexual harassing girls in the park, dude.
Well,
get out of there.
What I was convicted of that prior, but the charges were dropped, so that doesn't really count.
Well, she doesn't know that, man. She doesn't keep up to date on all the pedophile cases in Phoenix,
Why do you gotta go pedophile, dude? She seems of age.
Oh, true. I guess sexual assault can go both ways. My bad, man.
At least 14.
My bad.
But yeah, man, fear's got everybody
by the balls.
Kind of conformed, bro.
Oh yeah. What is that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, dude. Well, so I don't know what we're gonna do with the podcast moving forward. I know I want to keep on putting out content because it's important right now. So whether we keep on doing phone calls and I try to dial it in so we get better quality or what's going on, man.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, bro. Maybe we can throw up that Skype on your computer and you can see my beautiful fucking face. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I did this last one past stream live, and people like not seeing your face. So.
Oh.
But it's all right. We can probably get like Alex Rodriguez or something like that, like up on there and kind of like have him move his mouth to what you're saying. You know, Derek Jeter.
Man, yeah.
Maybe Derek Jeter.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I guess that's cool.
All right, dude. Well, enjoy the park, man, and I guess maybe I'll never
Stay
see.
safe out there, you know.
Yeah.
Avoid that corona, bro.
I'm doing the best I can, man.
Avoid that corona.
All right. Well, lick your family for me.
Oh shit! I almost got ran over by some crazy lady on a stroller over here.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
All right,
well,
doggy.
take it easy.
Later.
Love you.
Love you too,
See you
man.
next week, maybe.
Peace. All right, well, there you have it. I guess we did get a hold of the one and only Pedro. And thank God he's one and only because we do not need motherfucking two of those. Stay safe out there. And